Hey, welcome back to the 5-4. I hope you're having a very good day. I'm sorry if my voice sounds weird. I don't know, I think I'm a bit tired, something, but yeah. So, today we'll be looking at two stories, yeah, that are somewhat similar. They're actually very closely related. But yeah, so the first one would be in First Kings 17, Elijah, the widow at Zarephath, yeah, when he went to meet her. Yeah, there's a whole long story. Like their story is kind of long, not short. But we'll be looking at just one particular miracle when he told her to bake bread for him, and she was like, she doesn't have anything, and the only thing she has is oil and flour for just her and her child. Like, just make bread for her and her child, and they'll just eat it, and they will die. And I was like, don't worry, do what you're going to do, but make extra for me too. And she did what Elijah told her, and then there was just enough ingredients every single time. Always just enough every single time for them to just make bread just make bread for them to eat every single time. There was always just enough. Now, there are two lessons here in this particular story. It's basically, I'm saying basically again, but there are two stories here. So the first one is basically, we should never underestimate what we have in our hands. Yeah. So imagine when Elijah asked her, "What do you have?" She's like, she doesn't have anything, because she actually didn't have anything. She technically didn't have anything. What she just had, you really can't say it or something. Yeah. She was like that. I have this little thing. Yeah. It is not much, but I have it. So this is what I have. Yeah. Sometimes when we are looking for God to bless something, to bless us, or to do something in our lives, yeah, sometimes it is from that one thing that we underestimate, that we don't see it as much, because you can never know if God sees it as much here. So never underestimate anything here. And the second lesson is, we should always just have our faith in God, because we should always just have our faith in God, even in the littlest thing, yeah. Because if you look at that thing, if you tell me that, okay, let's say noodles now, like that 3 packs of noodles left, and you tell me that take the noodles that is there and eat it, yeah, and then tomorrow there will be extra one there, and the next time I want to eat, there will just be enough for you to eat, I wouldn't really believe you, because come on, yeah, it would sound weird, but she had faith in what's like I said, I was like, make it, and she made it, and then God kept on providing for her, even when she didn't expect it, even when she had accepted the fact that was going to be the last thing they would just eat here. But God, just because of she obeyed, there was always just enough for her every single time. There was always just enough for her to just sustain her every single time. Yeah. So even when we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, when we don't see where our next meal is coming from, yeah, we should always just keep having faith in God. You know, it reminds me of that verse where God, like, He makes the flowers beautiful and He feeds the birds and everything, yeah, and we are way more valuable to God than flowers and the birds. So what makes us think that God will leave us to suffer? The verse heavily paraphrased, and that's not exactly how they said it. Yeah. So we should always just have our faith in God. I just remembered a TikTok video I saw yesterday. I can't remember what the woman was like. That when you have your faith, when you put your finances in the hands of God, yeah, that you would actually be carefree. Just a whole, like, just dancing and everything, yeah. And it's actually true, because you know that even if you don't have, God would somehow just give you, just provide for you. Somehow, you won't know how. He will just somehow provide for you. Now, on to our second story. Yeah, this is basically almost the same thing. Yeah, this is like basically cooking. yeah, but just adding a little bit of extra seasoning on top just to make it more the second king, sorry, 4. Yeah, second Kings 4. Is it 4 or 3? Yeah, I think it's 4. Second Kings 4. Yeah. Elijah and the poor widow. So the poor widow came to meet Elisha. I always mix those two up. The poor widow came to meet Elisha. So like, she doesn't have anything. And Elisha was like, what do you have? And like the first time, this woman could have said she doesn't have anything because she didn't have anything. But she was like, I have this little flask of oil. Yeah. I didn't say little, but she was very poor, so it was most likely very little. This little flask of oil and everything. And the child was like, that oil gets as many containers as you can from your neighbors, from your friends, from every single person you can find, and fill them up with oil. Of the little she had. So she brought the container. She just had faith. She just went, locked herself outside the house, her and her 2 sons, and just kept on pouring oil, and the oil never finished. And you can see the same message, the same lessons from the first story. She had faith. She didn't underestimate what she had with her, yeah, and she also had faith in God. She also puts her faith in God, yeah, because she didn't have much, but she was like, this little thing I have, this is it, God. I have this little thing. Sorry, I have this thing with me, yeah. I'm giving it to you. I'm bringing it to you for you to use it. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't think I'm phrasing that right, but you get what I am saying. So, and the oil served her. I don't know if she underestimated it. She didn't underestimate it. But what she brought, God used it to bless her. And again, the same way that there was always just enough bread to feed that woman, her son, and Elijah. There was enough oil. There was always enough oil to fill every jar that kept on coming. There was always enough oil that always filled every single thing until there was no jar left. So basically, I actually feel that the reason why this miracle is so similar to the first one is because of when Elisha was like, Elijah's giving me the double portion of his spirit in First Kings 2. Yeah. So I think that's why it's very similar. But back to what we're saying, always have faith in God and never underestimate what is in your hands, because He is the one that kept it in your hands. He's the one that gifted it to you. And it could be anything. It could be you thinking of what to, like, let's say you don't have a job or like something to start, something to keep your hands busy, something to make you money, but the little skill you might be undermining or something. That might be what God would use to prosper you. It could be a very little insignificant thing that you would basically overlook every time, yeah. But that is what God is going to use to bless you or to keep you or to sustain you. And whenever you really don't have much with you, whenever it is basically like you are broke, or it's like your last 2K that's with you, or your last cash, or you don't even have more, like there's 109 in your account or something, yeah. Just always remember to just always keep your eyes on God, always keep your faith in God, because He dresses the lilies. I think that's the flower. He dresses the lilies. He beautifies the flowers. He feeds the birds, he feeds the animals, and you are worth way more to Him. So He would for sure not make you die. So yeah, with that we have come to the end of today's episode, and I would see you again next week.